How will a buyer find out about arrears, and at what point will it hurt sales?
A buyer looking at a potential apartment, it's very important to investigate the financial structure of the corporation, and part of that is arrears.
The first place I would recommend a buyer find out about arrears is by looking at the annual financial statement for the building to see if there's any history in the building of prior arrears. It would be disclosed in the footnotes, it would show up on the statement, and there would have to be some reference to it.
Buyers can find out about arrears through board minutes and through co-op and condo questionnaires, which the banks and brokers usually require.
When the buyer's attorney is doing his due diligence or her due diligence, she should definitely look at the arrears history of the building and see what management is doing to collect these arrears. And usually that's not something that's forthcoming from the management or from the building. It's up to the attorney to investigate that and see what's going on.
If you were a buyer, you would want to contact the managing agent and come up with a list of questions, which is customary in our business. The minutes would disclose if there are a history of arrears and whether there are any unique problems in the collection process. So the board would have to disclose it in the minutes if it were in fact a problem in a building.
Once they find out about the arrears, they want to know how the building managing agent are handling the arrears. Usually in most circumstances, the managing agent will handle the arrears for a month or two and then turn it over to counsel into the third or fourth month. And what banks or brokers or buyers are looking for is a written explanation as to why there are arrears and how the building is handling the arrears, and making sure that it's being handled properly and being documented properly.
So a board would have knowledge every month by reviewing the financial statement. It also discloses the payments that each individual owner would be making monthly, and if anybody hadn't paid, it would show up on the statement as an open item that is owed, and it would probably have a late fee or some other penalty assessed to it. So it's a good way to know how active and involved is the treasurer in this process, because the treasurer has a fiduciary responsibility to review the monthly statement and also to question the collections if anything looks glaringly unusual at him or her.
If a shareholder or a unit owner is in arrears for more than 3 months, the building will usually decide to put the person in legal, which means they go to the building's attorney and try and get their legal remedies to collect this payment, which is serious when that happens. And 9 times out of 10, when an attorney's letter is sent to an owner, all of a sudden the arrears are paid up and everything is satisfied and everyone is happy. But arrears are definitely important, as I said, because it's an obvious income deficiency in the building, and they can't pay their bills if they don't have the income coming in.